Now, to begin making our penguin, we're going to need a few different items. You're going to need something to draw with. You need some scissors, some glue, and you're going to need some paper. You need a piece of black paper. This is just a piece of paper that was folded in half and then cut in half. You need a piece of white paper and a piece of yellow or orange paper. Now, I'm going to start out by drawing out all of my pieces that I need first. I'm going to start with this tall black piece of paper, and I'm going to make a nice big tall sad face on here. So to do this, you just start right here, draw a nice line that curves up and down. I like to use a white colored pencil or a white crayon just so I can see my marks really good. Next, I'm going to take this black piece of paper that I have, and I'm going to draw a diagonal line at the top going this way, and then a diagonal line at the top going this way. So you can see I ended up making two little triangle shapes here. Next, I'm going to move on to my white piece of paper. I'm going to start by drawing the same shape as I did here. It's just going to be smaller. This is the body of our penguin. This is going to be the stomach. So you just want to draw a nice big loop like this to make a tall sad face. And you also want to make some eyes up here in this extra space. Just draw two circle shapes. And inside of there, go ahead and add a little black dot inside each one for the pupil. Next, on this piece of paper, I want you guys to make the beak and the feet. Now, the first thing we're going to do is draw the beak. Now, when I draw the beak, I'm just going to make a nice big triangle shape like this for the beak. And when I draw the feet, I'll just use the edge of my paper. What I like to do is draw a line that goes up, then I go down, up and down again, then up and down all the way to here. It's like a little crown shape. You can see I didn't let these points touch this, because if I do that, when I cut these out, all my little toes will fall apart. So watch this again. You go up and down again, then up and all the way down. Now we have all the pieces to our penguin, and what we need to do is cut these out. Now, it's very important that when you cut your paper, you are always turning the paper and not your scissors, because if you turn the scissors, then you're going to end up cutting like this, and it's not going to be very comfortable. So you always want to just take your time and cut slow. Now, our next step is to put all of our pieces together. So this is when your glue is going to come in. Now, what you want to do is take your white piece of paper and you want to glue this onto the bottom of your penguin. So you want to flip it over and add lots of dots. I always say lots of dots, globs are for slobs. So just a few little dots on here. Make sure you definitely get the corners. Then you're just going to take this and you're just going to lay it right onto your penguin and then press down gently. Next, you can begin with the eyes. Just go ahead and add a small dot of glue and attach each eye to your penguin. Now the beak. Go ahead and do the same thing. Put some glue on the back and attach it right here in between the eyes. Then once you have this part, the next part is to flip your penguin over. So I'm just going to flip him over. I'm going to add just a small line of glue at the top of the foot and attach it. I'll do the same thing on this one. And I'm attaching these to the back, that way you can't see them sticking out. Now, on these long triangles, these are going to be the wings for our penguin. So what I'm going to do is just add a small line of glue and then glue it to the back here. And then I'll do the same thing on this one, just a small little line, and attach it right to the back of our penguin. Then when you're done, you have this nice little penguin made out of paper. But we're not all done, because we also need to add a background to our penguin. Now, once you have your penguin all created and everything, you want to make a background. So I'm going to take another piece of paper like this, and I'm just going to add a simple background on here. You can do lots of different things, but I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm going to use some markers and some crayons. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my markers, and I'm just going to create a little line pattern on here. So I'm going to choose two colors. I will go with some purple and some green, and I'm just going to make some little lines going across my whole picture. And when I do this, I'm going to do this in a little bit of a pattern. So I'm going to do some purple lines across here. And then once I'm all done with my purple lines, I'm going to come in here with some green, and I'm going to put some green lines right in between all of these purple ones, just to create a nice green and purple pattern. Now, to make it a little bit more colorful, I'm going to then take my crayons, and I want to find two colors that are the same as the markers that I use. So I'm going to go with some purple and some green. And what I'm going to do is, very lightly, I just want to color in some purple and some green inside of these lines. So I'm going to do my first stripe is going to be purple, and you can just color this nice and lightly. I'm going a little bit fast, but you'll definitely want to take your time, make sure you get all of your white spots. So I'm just going to go with a purple, and then I'm going to come in here with some green, and I'm just going to repeat this over and over just to create a nice green purple pattern. Now, once you're done with your background, then you just want to take your penguin and you want to glue it right on top of there. So just flip them over and add lots of little dots onto the back of here, and just really fill it up. I usually don't put dots on the wings just because I like them to kind of be able to stick up. I'm going to just add them right onto here, and I'm just going to press them down. And once you're done with that, then you have your penguin with a nice colorful background. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. Thanks for watching.